Story title: The Journey of the Hidden Kingdom. Once upon a time, in a land where the sky was always blue and the grass was always green, there lived a young boy named Leo. Leo was an adventurous and curious boy who loved exploring the world around him. He lived in a small village called Sunvale, a place where everyone knew everyone else, and the days were filled with laughter and joy. Sunvale was surrounded by thick, mysterious forests that the villagers rarely ventured into. These forests were said to be enchanted, full of hidden secrets and ancient magic. Leo, however, was not afraid of the stories. He had always dreamed of discovering something extraordinary, something that no one else had ever seen. One day, as Leo was walking near the edge of the forest, he noticed something unusual. The trees seemed to part slightly, revealing a narrow, hidden path that had never been there before. His heart raced with excitement. This could be the adventure he had always dreamed of. Without a second thought, Leo stepped onto the path. The further he walked, the more the forest seemed to change. The trees grew taller and the air felt cooler. Strange, beautiful flowers that Leo had never seen before lined the path, and the sound of distant music floated through the air. Leo continued walking deeper and deeper into the forest until he reached a clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood a massive, ancient oak tree, its branches stretching out like the arms of a giant. At the base of the tree was a small door, barely visible under the thick vines that covered it. Leo's heart pounded with excitement. He pushed the vines aside and opened the door. Inside, he found a spiral staircase leading downward. The air was cool and damp, and the sound of the music grew louder as he descended. The staircase seemed to go on forever, twisting and turning deeper into the earth. But finally, Leo reached the bottom. He stepped out into a large underground cavern, filled with glowing crystals that lit up the space like 1,000 stars. In the center of the cavern stood a grand palace, made entirely of crystal. It shimmered in the light, reflecting every color of the rainbow. Leo could hardly believe his eyes. This was the hidden kingdom that the old story spoke of, a place that no one had seen for centuries. As Leo approached the palace, the doors opened slowly. Inside, he found a grand hall with high ceilings and walls lined with ancient tapestries. At the far end of the hall sat a throne, and on the throne sat a figure dressed in robes of silver and gold. The figure stood up and smiled at Leo. "Welcome, young traveler," the figure said in a voice as smooth as silk. "I am the guardian of the hidden kingdom. You are the first to find this place in many years." Leo was amazed. "I never knew this place existed," he said, his voice trembling with. The guardian nodded. "This kingdom has been hidden from the world for a long time, waiting for someone worthy to find it. You have shown bravery and curiosity, traits that are rare in this world." Leo felt a sense of pride swell within him. "What is this place?" he asked. The guardian gestured around the hall. "This is the heart of the forest, where the magic of the world is born. It is a place of great power and beauty, but it must be protected. The world above is not yet ready to understand its secrets." Leo nodded, understanding the weight of what he had discovered. "I promise to keep this place a secret," he said. The guardian smiled. "You have a good heart, Leo, but your journey is not yet over. There is more for you to see and learn." With that, the guardian waved a hand, and the walls of the palace seemed to dissolve away. Leo found himself standing in a vast garden, filled with plants and creatures that he had never seen before. The air was filled with the scent of flowers and the sound of birds singing. As Leo explored the garden, he met many strange and wonderful beings. There were talking animals, wise old trees, and even tiny fairies that danced on the petals of flowers. Each one had a story to tell, and Leo listened to them all, learning about the magic of the world and the importance of protecting it. Days turned into weeks as Leo stayed in the hidden kingdom, learning and exploring, but eventually he knew it was time to return home. The guardian appeared before him once more. "It is time for you to go back to your world, Leo," the guardian said gently. "But remember what you have learned here. The world is full of wonders, and it is up to you to protect them." Leo nodded, his heart heavy with the thought of leaving, but he knew that he had a duty to fulfill. The guardian led him back to the spiral staircase, and Leo began the long journey upward. When he finally emerged from the forest, the sun was setting over Sunvale. The village looked just as it had before, but Leo knew that he had changed. He had seen things that no one else had seen, and he carried the knowledge of the hidden kingdom with him. As he walked back to his home, Leo felt a sense of peace. He knew that he would never forget the journey he had taken, and he promised himself that he would always protect the magic of the world. And so, Leo returned to his life in Sunvale, but he was never the same. He became a protector of the forest, guiding others to appreciate the beauty of nature and the importance of preserving it. And though he never spoke of the hidden kingdom, he knew that it would always be there, waiting for the next brave soul to discover its secrets. The end of this story, however, was just the beginning of Leo's new life. Every day, he found new wonders in the world around him, and he lived each moment with the joy and wonder that he had discovered in the hidden kingdom. The end.